Hello? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Blah, blah, blah. All go on.
One, two.
This is the smartest contest. I cut the sides, you
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, it's around 2 p.m. I've already had 3 shots of tequilas to be able to stand up here. So it's whether going to be a big success or just a huge embarrassment. Thank you all for coming. My name is Alva Von. I'm a third-year film producer and you're today's event host and organizer. So we all had many different experiences during COVID and quarantines, and every person reacted to this in a different way, though I'm pretty sure all of us had one thing in common. We all watched films, many films, and that's why we kind of have to stop for a second and realize how important is this industry. Whether you're a healthcare worker, you're an engineer, or a hospitality crew, you gotta watch something when you're having a bowl of cereals in the morning. So that's how important is this industry, and the fact that it needs a lot of people to continuously do the stock and bring new films. And for that, we need new filmmakers, new ideas and individual styles to keep the industry alive and as entertaining as possible. As a students, we are the future of filmmaking. We are the ones who will inherit this responsibility to lift the quality of filmmaking, the quality of the industry, and to correct what needs to be corrected and perfect what needs to be perfected. As film changes by generations, so does the process of filmmaking, so does what goes behind and in front of the camera. And what I want to personally see is growth and the change for better. And this event's aim is exactly that, growth and change for the better. For all of us junior film producers, directors, sound designers, and cinematographers, etc. We make films, we share them, and we hope for constructional feedback. We hope for someone to see our potential, and we're adjusting changes to every step of our way, our methods, and after each project, we make it better. And that's where Under 25 comes along. It intimidates many, and in the meantime, it teaches us something and makes us grow. It's a platform to show off the potential that lies in the hands of our generation, to show off what we made within our experience and our restrictions in our little crew bubble. And hopefully we will make you wonder how much more it could grow now that more doors are open. Today we will cover a variety of subjects and genres. You can follow the order. You can follow the order of the films in the flyers, and alongside the name of the director and producer, a little short synopsis. We will see our first 4 films, and then we go for a short break. We'll come back for the other 4. On the last page of the flyer, give me a second. You can see this QR code, which if you scan, it will take you to our voting page. So keep an eye on Best Picture, Cinematography, Sound/Music, Actress and Actor. So at the end, you can vote for your favorites. There might not be network down here. You have Wi-Fi, it doesn't have password. It's the one TS Comedy Club guest with all caps, so you can connect to Wi-Fi if you don't have network on your phone, or you can go upstairs after the party starts. You can still vote there for your favorites. Yeah, I guess, let me check. Yes, okay. Yeah, I guess we're ready to start now. Before we go ahead and watch our films, I want to thank a few people who made this opportunity and who made Under 25 possible for us. First of all, Gim Keller, who is not with us today because COVID. and traveling and stuff. He is the founder of Felix Matter Society and the sponsor of Under 25. After that, I want to especially thank my beautiful friend Sara Parvaresh, who did the graphic design for the event, alongside Adam Cady, Barney, Harry, and Aoife for all their helps to making this event possible. Thank you so much. I just might have to ask you to please keep your phones on silent during the films. Do not leave this room. When the films are on, you have time between each films, a little break. First film is Nomadland, a documentary by John Edward Davis. We're going to watch it now. After the documentary, John will be with us for a little bit of introduction, introducing himself, and a Q&A if you had any questions for him.
Even it's hard, but the nature is offered this calm because less people, less cars, less everything. His Kwali is one of the dearest friends of our brother and sister. He is like around 100 something years old, and he lived most of his life in Egypt. He lived here, he stopped here with his family, and now most of the members are away with cows and sheep and stuff like that to look for food for the animals, or go and eat in water. These few family of nomad they live now. This culture of this nomad is almost finished. This changing of the climate is make it less rainy. If there is no rain, I mean there is no grass, no food for the animals, and most of the nomad they have like them animals as the source of them life. On the edge, what you see in this hall we are sitting now, it used to be full of water in the early time. It's totally dry now. The water is a source of life. The nomad, it cannot, for this little water, it cannot be enough for a lot of people. My family stopped to be nomad. It's more than 15 years. And that is not because it's a choice that they go, but they must go. They have no other choice. We used to live in desert, and the drought is pushed mostly the nomad to get away from the desert. I don't like to move to the cities because it's not my life, it's not my place where I find my soul or myself. I would love to stay here, but if the nature forces me to leave, I have no other choice. We are poor, my family is poor, we come like from a poor situation, and all we need is just to survive. I mean, we don't need more than to survive. We have no water at all here, and all the water what we have is just a few liters just to keep alive every day. Water is very rare. It takes minimum after each time it's come. And when it's come very limited, like few days, like 1 week maximum. All this water, the old mans in small village, they decide how they divide it. There is a big piece of land, but if there is no water, you cannot use it for nothing. It's really difficult situation. There is a lot of things, you can find it. Where you used to live as a nomad, you cannot find it in city. Calm, peace, clean air, a lot of things. I mean, all these things, we grow up with it, so we used to it. And it's hard to take a person from one situation where he used to live and to put them in a situation or a place where he doesn't grow up. It's hard. You miss your root, where it's come from. And you miss the quietness of desert. You miss peace of desert. You miss this feeling like you are completely at home when you've been a nomad. should stop pollution, which is push a lot of heat and it make the climate changing so fast, and it affect them and affect others that they have nothing to do with these things. So everybody, I think, is responsible about all what is going on, because we breathe the same air, we have the same sun, we have the same goal. It's just to survive, to be alive. I think any government or any system of any country, you should give more attention and serious control about these things. We are the last generation that it should do something for this planet, otherwise a human will disappear. This is just a simple message from Isai Talmudi, Bani Hayyon, Tagunit, Zagora, Al-Maghrib.
Another round of applause for John, please. Hello.
Yeah, you can sit well.
I mean, I don't know.
Or am I just going to sit and ask a question?
For our first, let's just give an introduction, introduce yourself, and then afterwards, we're just gonna say if there's any questions from the audience.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, hope you enjoyed the film. My name is John and I make documentaries. We shot Nomadland in February of 2020, so just as the pandemic was beginning, and then there was quite a considerable time for editing after that, and that's where we were quite significantly impacted by the pandemic. But yeah, this is a film about climate change, about lost societies, that sort of thing, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, if there's any questions, please feel free to ask about the film or about the procedure. There you go.
Hey man, how did you find out about this tribe and what was your process of getting to know them and their story?
So we knew we wanted to go to Morocco, and there were a few sites actually online where you can contact people, and there was one in particular called Workaway. So Saeed, for example, he has volunteers that come and stay with him, and they'll help him with his project of rebuilding the house where he lives. So we contacted him through there and sort of expressed our interest in nomadism and life where he is. And we didn't really know the extent of everything else that came with sort of decline in nomads and things like that due to climate change. So it was kind of a bit of contacted him and then went down a bit of a rabbit hole.
So did you know you wanted to make a documentary before you went, or was it?
We knew we wanted to find a subject out there. So we were looking at some people in the Atlas Mountains, which were a bit further in the sort of middle of Morocco. I mean, this was really far east, right into the edges of the Sahara. But no, we didn't know entirely that is the film we wanted to make before we went out there. It was kind of a process of discovering new things along the way and developing it as we went.
Oh, okay, sorry. So you're not a nomad yourself?
Me? No.
No?
What makes you ask?
The scruffy beard, the hair.
Yeah, just a lazy filmmaker.
How did you cope with supplying power to your equipment on location?
How do we go?
How did we cope with what?
Supplying power to your equipment on location.
Oh yeah, that was quite difficult. So we took quite a lot of portable batteries and things with us. But then every few days we went into sort of like the village town that was I don't know how what was it, 20 miles away, Victor, something like that was it. And then we waited there. We would just set up in a cafe for like 6 to 8 hours and then just charge our stuff and then carry on for another few days and then rinse and repeat.
How long did it take you to do the whole thing?
We were in the country for about 10 days, but we did spend a few days in Marrakesh at the end, so we were probably with Saeed for about 7 or 8 days. Yeah, so about a week.
What was the most difficult situation that you had to face during the directing of this project?
The project presented a lot of physical challenges when we were in Morocco. A couple of us got quite sick, as you know, and the heat was quite unbearable. So I would actually say kind of the logistics and sort of staying healthy and hydrated and things like that. That was really hard. Yeah. Any others?
Yeah. On the topic of logistics, how did you actually get to that? Was it like you go by camel?
Well, all the way from England. Yeah. No. We got into Marrakesh, and then we had a very lovely woman who was an executive producer on the film who backed us with quite a large donation when we were crowdfunding. So she actually picked us up in Marrakesh and then drove us out to where Saeed lives, out in the desert. And I mean, guys, how long did that take? Was that like an 8-hour drive?
Yeah, like 9.
9 hours, yeah. So we drove out there, and then Saeed lives in a village called Tagounid, which is right on the edge of the Sahara, basically. And then we spent about 3 days or so going into the desert, like as you saw, so that was just a 4x4 into there, and then yeah. The camels are mostly gimmicks, but yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next film is Visor by Jack Park.
violet, orange to there. Wow. Groovy.
Prophet Velvet. Zin in de is ballon, zwaartelucht, zintas. Ja, sexual harassment, mostly. Right. Usual swearing. Right. to Samantha. She wasn't even near the cameras. The fog. She was nowhere near. She thought about all this time, and she had fucking footage. Yeah. She can't do anything to me without fucking storm on her.
also Phil Wants to Watch TV Now by Harry Collingwood. And then, sorry, I had to say the first part of my sentence first. We're just running a bit late, and Jack will be with us at the party later. So keep your questions in your mind, and then we'll have the Q&A after that. Harry Collingwood, Phil Wants to Watch TV.
Get the fuck out, I've got work. Out! Please, not tonight. It's a Friday, please, just come on, just give me a break. Context. You're going to regret this. All right. You and your bloody mate, and I'll state you're bloody welcome. Yeah, hello. When's the earliest I can get a priest to my house? Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, the postcode is SD.
Phil, nice one, mate. I'm Steve. Oh, Steve? Let's get to it then, shall we? Fantastic. Ooh, lovely jacket you've got here. How long's this TV problem been going on for then?
The TV thing's been going on for maybe a couple of weeks now. The ghost's been bothering me for about 5 years ago, actually.
Christ on a box up. 5 bloody years and you've done nothing about it.
Probably not even a problem worth your time. You know what?
Crucifix, please.
Sorry?
The crucifix, please, from the box.
Yeah. So have you had much training in this sort of thing? Or,
This is a cross, mate.
sorry?
This is a cross, mate. I said a crucifix.
What's the difference?
Have a look again, mate. A crucifix is the one with the J man on it. Training? Of course, mate, of course. Top-notch training by the Vatican. Spent 2 years in Rome yanking demons out of little Italian kids. What harrowing stuff. I'm a proper expert now. Can only do something when it appears, really. In what circumstances does the apparition usually appear?
So it's around 7. You know, maybe come back then, a bit later.
Oh, no, it's no bother, mate. Seriously, we'll wait it out. These ghosts are unpredictable, yeah?
So what are we going to do when it actually appears then?
Well, I'll use my... Shit. Holy water, I forgot the bloody holy water. No worries, it'll be alright. We'll make do. Just go grab a glass of water.
Okay. What do you mean, like tap water or?
No, mate. Cucumber water. Yes, tap water, you wally. A pint of it, if you please.
Sure. Okay. Are you going to make it holy then, or?
No, I'll do it closer to the time. It has to be freshly blessed. Fresher it is, the more effective. Something wrong, mate?
It's just that don't usually get visitors. So this is actually weird for me.
This is a good one, this is... Do you like any crisps? Bugger off, Mum.
Steve.
Wasn't holy, was it?
No, Steve. It's just tap water.
No worries. I can just bless it now. Christus, Spiritus Sanctus, begone, evil creature. Can't be this good. Find me a new fucking TV, Steve. Fair enough.
Hi, Phil. Hello. What's that in your mouth there? You obviously for a very
very long time if you take all of those. I mean, you'll probably wake up looking like us, which, to be honest, we'd rather you didn't.
It was only a bloody TV.
Hold on, we discuss this. Can't go too far, because he's...
Hi, Joel.
Spit them out, you idiot. Look, try to have fun around here. It's fun to fuck with you. Gets boring otherwise.
We've been haunting you for a while now, and we know what you're like. You're just a bit too,
You're just a bit too fucking boring to join a spell. We need to be entertained around here.
I'm sure you understand. You know what? We'll make a deal. Stay alive, and I'll make sure you get to watch TV. I'll let you have that. Okay?
Why bother me? You've got each other.
Till death do us part, Phil. And we've been dead a long, long time.
Will you make me cook breakfast?
No, sorry. Breakfast time is a bit of a highlight for us. Tell you what, we'll stop licking cash from your wallet.
You've been taking my money.
It's hilarious, get over it.
Well, it would actually be nice to have a chat with you sometimes. So that would be nice.
I understand. We've got a deal then?
I guess I can live with that. I just want to watch.
Well, lovely stuff, old chap. Glad we could agree on that, but bye-bye now.
In a minute.
Please welcome Harry to the stage, everyone. And Oliver. Clap for Oliver as well, come on.
Hello. Hi, I'm Harry. I wrote and directed this film. Hope you enjoyed it. We filmed it up in York with our second year crew. Yeah. And we had a great time. We had a really good time. Yeah. Yeah, the holiday in York, and we filmed it. And yeah. Right. Any questions? Then. Okay, great.
No questions? This is really easy. This is great.
Yeah, good. It's just that good of a film. Hello.
I mean, just tell us a little bit how you came up with your idea.
I don't know. I came up with it a year ago, maybe. I thought I was watching a lot of horror films. I was getting kind of sick of the same haunted house formulaic thing.
So we decided to make a film with a haunted house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be quite funny if there was a depressed guy in a house who just found it a bit annoying rather than scary and didn't really do anything about it. And then I condensed it to 10 minutes and made it for my uni course, basically. Yeah, there you go.
What do you guys think of it?
Yeah, good. It's good stuff. Good. That was the idea.
Why did you choose to shoot in York?
Free location. Our lovely cinematographer, Benedict, over there, he's based in York, and we filmed in his granddad's house. God rest his soul. Yeah, and we, yeah, it's very nice. Up in York, free location, they saved us a lot of money. And so, and it was a perfect house as well, I was very lucky. It's a creepy looking house. And yeah, luckily all the cast were from London, but they were willing to come up to York and film it with us. That's so good.
Your decision was quite last minute.
Yeah, very last minute. But it was good because we're going outside London. We all had to isolate together for like 5 days in a house before that point.
And also, no alcohol was drunk at all.
No.
In that period.
You're just isolating, sitting there.
Lot of work.
But I had a great time. It was like a little holiday, like you said. But yeah.
How did you guys do the CGI bit with the cars? That was very impressive.
Bethan's the editor. There you go.
How'd you do it?
I didn't actually do anything. Well, we had a rig, didn't we?
Yeah, with strings. Yeah, with these poles and there was strings and it was hanging there and scrub them out.
A lovely friend of mine did the effects for that.
Yeah, and all the makeup was big as well. Melissa isn't, I don't know if she's there. No, she's not there. She was the production designer and literally, she'd never done it before, did all the makeup, did the decapitated head.
Thanks for your help, Effie.
Yeah, Effie gave us a little story on that as well. Yeah.
I don't want to leave.
Right, thank you very much.
The next film is Sunday by Sophia O'Connor.
I don't know, I think it might just be jammed.
As I said last week, I'll need your bank transfer by the end of next week. It's awful timing, I know, but you've still got enough time to meet this one.
It's fine, I'll replace the egg. Oh, and yeah, I've still got something left in my savings.
It's all I've got to keep the lights on. Nobody's hiring.
No, seems like everybody's just unemployed at the moment.
Sorry, you have to be customer to sit here.
Oh, yeah, no, I was actually trying to get you to.
What would you like?
What do you have?
We're a coffee shop.
No, I get a coffee then.
Hey.
Oh, hey, sorry, I'm late. It's alright, I just got here.
What's this?
Oh, I thought I'd just see if you got some space for me.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good idea. I mean, they'd be lucky to have you. So how have you been?
Yeah, good.
I need some money. I've had no luck trying to find something.
Oh no, neither have I. I mean,
and if I don't hand in some money soon, I'm going to get evicted.
Well, you can always crash at mine, or...
No. Listen, I have always relied on you, and I'll pay you back before you know it.
That'll be £4, please.
Actually, I'll have one too.
£8. Learn to pay back after 5.
Cash, please, sorry.
The electricity and gas and maintenance and everything, I'll only be able to fix by Sunday.
Sunday?
When I get your transfer, you could pay it now, we can get it sorted tomorrow.
What, rent?
I told you a couple of days ago.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, I might have,
Ha! You've missed me. But who doesn't?
Record keeping.
Hey.
Sorry?
Oh, no, nothing. Sorry.
Can I take a look at your CV?
Sorry?
Your CV. The role is ideally positioned for somebody willing to go above and beyond what's expected of them. You'll be working as part of the team.
That's something that I can definitely do. You know, I'll be focused to the tasks assigned to me, and I'll be dedicated to working, you know. Hey.
Life's been pretty chaotic. But I could see you tomorrow.
Another interview?
I'm beyond overqualified. Insulted that they even asked me to come in. Who's coming over?
Oh, just a friend of mine.
Anyone I know?
No, I don't think so. Hey. Hi, are you looking to hire all at the moment? I can leave my CV here if you like. Okay, wondering if by any chance do you have a job?
Come back another time. Sorry, we don't have it.
Ryla! Hey, I am so sorry I flaked yesterday. It's just that things have been really crazy over here.
You work there?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it would be a good idea after seeing you. The pay is really good.
They haven't even called me back.
Sorry, I've been meaning to. It's just... Well, I'm definitely around tomorrow. What do you want to do?
No.
I know! Sorry.
I've got a friend coming round.
The one that you met on Thursday?
Yeah, she got caught up, so she's coming around now.
Do you want me out of the way?
Oh no, it's fine. We just hang out sometimes.
Why do you guys want to be doing it? It's freezing.
Oh, I just got to get some money off her for rent.
She owes you money.
Yeah, she needed some money.
How much?
All of it.
You never said.
It's freezing in here.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that.
What, do you want to borrow my jacket?
Oh, no. I mean,
hang on, can I have one of those? Sorry I'm late.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just got here.
So what do you call?
I was just wondering if you wanted to grab a drink.
I can't actually afford it.
Well, you kind of...
Yeah, I kind of came in to ask you. You alright there?
I'm celebrating.
You're celebrating? What?
Just got a job at the cop shop around the corner.
You fucker! Hey, I mean, he took my place. Well, I wanted to work there too. Look, I actually came here to ask if maybe you could help me out again.
No way. Get out.
You got eyes in you, bring us around. They surround you, but you're alive. They just pray. He's alive, he's alive, he's alive. He's got to do it. We can find it in here like you don't care.
Please welcome Barney to the stage, everyone. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't know. Hi, I'm Sophia.
Oh, hi. Hi, oh yeah, I'm Sophia, and this is Georgie, who played Ramona in the film. Do you have any questions? Cool. Yeah?
Where did the story come from?
It just sort of came from, I guess, the anxiety of just running out of money. It's just also came from like being in your own way and not really able to like get yourself out of a pretty shitty situation. I mean, and then sort of it becoming sort of like a sort of downward spiral, and the day sort of like yeah.
Yeah, just like being your own worst enemy, like not being able to sort yourself out, basically.
Yeah, sort of like a quiet self-destruction is where it came from. That's my yeah.
What was the intention behind making it black and white?
Well, it wasn't. Well, we screened it in color for uni, but from the very beginning, I've always kind of wanted it black and color, just because I wanted to reach a point. I wanted to make it sort of. It's a sort of social realist commentary on like just very subtle and all of that, and I feel like black and white kind of it was more of a feeling to me, to be honest, to make it in black and white. That's how I always envisioned it. I can't really give you sort of very good technical things. I felt like it was supposed to be told in black and white, so that's what I went for.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are those being filmed in Peckham? Is it any methodology as to why you filmed it?
Yeah, so all of our locations were filmed in Peckham except for the interior scenes of the house. But because I live in Peckham and most of the crew is from Southeast London. But for me, I just really like the texture of Peckham and like how it looks, especially Peckham Ryan, everything. And I feel like on screen it just looks very textured and detailed, and it's London, but it's like where like a lot of it's not like so London where no one really lives in. So yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are going to take a short break now, about 15 minutes. So please be back here for 15 minutes, and another round of applause for all this amazing songs.
Scotland, Desmond. I
Yeah.
do some stuff. We're gonna watch Roll With It right now.
I love being part of the community. They bring me so much joy, they bring me so much friendship, they are just my world. Like, the community is just amazing. You always have someone to talk to, you always have someone to like help you learn tricks, and yeah, everyone's just so supportive. I don't know where I would be without them. I'm Days, I'm 22, my pronouns are they, them, I'm actually a gender, and I skate a lot. My dad actually got me into skating. I was maybe 4 or 5, so I don't really remember when I started. But yeah, it's like skating's always stuck with me. I stopped when I was a teenager for a bit, and then during lockdown, I was just like, I'll pick them back up.
Being a part of such like a big community has sort of helped me come out of my shell quite a lot. Like during the lockdown, there wasn't really much to do. I couldn't like meet new people, so I was like always online looking at different like skaters and just like messaging people. So it like honestly like helped me not lose it all. I'm Ikram. I'm 22 years old and I do a mix of both jam skating and park skating. I definitely feel a lot more connected to jam skating because, you know, a lot of the history is black history, and like it's very much so like entwined with black culture. I feel like with African cultures, music and stuff like that is like such a big part of our culture, we don't really let it go.
I started skating last August, so that was August 2020, and just completely fell in love with it. I think the reason I got into ramps was basically because a friend of mine who I sort of just met when I started skating is the one who took me to the skate park for the first time, and I think I probably wouldn't have even gone into the parks if there wasn't for her. We arrived there were other skaters there, which was really nice, and it was a bit like, oh, there are other people who are doing this. There's really this kind of sense of community.
We have to communicate so openly and so easily to each other, and we have to like be so aware of everything all the time, because people are going high speeds. Like if someone's on a skateboard will fly out, like it will just go flying if they don't land something. We can't just jump off our boards, because skaters are always just like highly underestimated, and we're not seen as real skaters, even though we do just as many tricks, we go just as fast, like even more dangerous if anything, because we can't jump off. During a lot of friends' mental health decline just because they didn't have anything to do and because they were stuck inside. But I had that escape, like roller skating was my escape, and I was managing to go out and take that space for myself and take time for myself and to just like not think about anything else but skating. From the moment I start lacing up my boots and put my knee pads on, it's like nothing else matters. You don't have time to think about what direction you're going, you don't have time to think about like how to set things up. It happens before you know it, and then you've done it and you're like, oh my god, I don't think that I can do it, and then I'll do the trick and I'm like, oh my god, I just did that. I surprise myself every day. Misogynistic people at skate parks definitely put a lot of people off. Like I know a couple of people that have like come to the skate park and had experiences like that and then been put off for it for a while, because they didn't want to experience that again. In South Bank, there was an older guy there that kind of appeared like while we were setting up, came really close to me a couple of times, almost knocking me over. Even as we were leaving, he was shouting at us. I think he said something like, oh, you're fucking silly, like on your roller skates. So I was just like, okay. Like, sure, I mean, I guess. Like, even if I am, like, I'm choosing to be silly. It's not like I'm trying to strap them to your feet.
So I think one of the things that makes a kind of space or a community seem welcoming is this idea of you feel like you're being looked out for. Something like that just makes such a big difference in terms of when you're feeling new and just a bit overwhelmed. And even if you know there are going to be loads of other roller skaters there, it doesn't actually make it that less intimidating because it's still a whole group of strangers that you've never met, and you've got, you know, your wheels strapped to your feet, and you're brand new. So I think it just shows that this community does tend to go above and beyond for people, because we all understand what it was like to be new, which is really nice. But Basil's done so much for kind of trying to make this a really inclusive space. There's going to be even beginner sessions now at Bay 66 for people every Monday, just to kind of, you know, make it.
What does it say twerk? Not the street. It says twerk. You got the twerk and then
technical issue. It might take us 5 to 10 minutes. Please stay in your seats or take a drink, and then we're going to fix it. Thank you for your patience.
Alright, sorry, I want to apologise for that. The laptop ran out of battery, but luckily we've got it plugged in and we're going to start from halfway back through with Roll With It. So we apologise to the cast and the crew, but we're going to get it going again. Okay.
That have like come to the skate. Yes, like even if I am like I'm choosing to be silly, it's not like I'm trying to strap them to your feet.
So I think one of the things that makes a kind of space or a community seem welcoming is this idea of you feel like you're being looked out for. Something like that just makes such a big difference in terms of when you're feeling new and just a bit overwhelmed. And even if you know there are going to be loads of other roller skaters there, it doesn't actually make it that less intimidating because it's still a whole group of strangers that you've never met, and you've got, you know, your wheels strapped to your feet, and you're brand new. So I think it just shows that this community does tend to go above and beyond for people because we all understand what it was like to be new, which is really nice. But Basil's done so much for kind of trying to make this a really inclusive space. There's going to be even beginner sessions now at Bay 66. For people every Monday, just to kind of make it a more welcoming, less intimidating environment. But he is so fun to skate with, and he is one of the people who just pushes everyone. He's like the #1 hype man for everyone. Like if there's anything amazing, you can bet that Basil's going to be like, yes, do it again. How do I do that? Like show me how to do this. And even when I was really new, learning like really simple tricks, I would always be kind of hyping me up and being like, okay, you got it, what's next?
I wouldn't say that the skate park in particular has been like very welcoming to me as like a visibly Muslim girl. With jam skating, it's a lot more inclusive to me anyway. There's like loads of different people that I've met and they're sort of more kind of accepting. But with the skate park, people don't really want to approach me, or they sort of like view me as a bit like an abnormality in there. Once I finally got my roller skates, like I didn't think that I was like gonna make videos or anything, but one day like I was just like, why not? And then I made like a TikTok of me just like attempting to like skate forward and backwards, and I was like falling over like all over the place. And then I posted it, and like I used a few tags to sort of get the video into like the Muslim community and the Somali community. And then like I woke up the next day and like the video was blowing up, and like loads of girls were commenting saying like, oh, I've always wanted to get into skating but I'm embarrassed, or like I want to get into skating but like no one around me skates. And then I told them like, if you want to roller skate and then you're like a Muslim girl, message me. And like so many girls started messaging me on Instagram that want to get into skating, and I was like, that's honestly like amazing. Like I was really touched about it. Quite often I skate around like my council estates. There's like little girls in their hijabs that like walk past me with their mums. The kids are so happy when they see someone that looks like them on roller skates. I hope that when they get older, they do the same thing. Like at least now they've seen me do it. I'm like, I hope it encourages you to do the same thing. To the girls who think it's embarrassing to roller skate, why is it embarrassing for us to roller skate? But if you see a Muslim guy, because there's loads of Muslim guys at the skate park, you just don't know because they don't visibly look Muslim, right? But if a guy is skating, that's not embarrassing. Like, you just think, oh, that's a really cool guy who's on a skateboard or who's roller skating. I think that us as like the Muslim community, we should honestly just go for it. Like with me, it took me a while to sort of like pluck up the courage to do that. Sometimes I'm really hesitant approaching people at the skate park. When I finally went up and spoke to Days, I was like, why didn't I do this earlier? Because I saw them at the skate park before, and that day that I saw them and like the rest of their friends, I was like, oh my god, finally some like skaters that sort of don't fit the stereotype. It's always the first step that you just need to take that's obviously the scariest. There was like a time where like I was too scared to get into skating, and then there was also a time where I was just too scared to even stand in front of a camera.
Roller skating has given me so much confidence. I'll jump and get excited about things. Like I even get really angry about stuff as well. Like I found myself recently just like groaning, and like if I can't get a trick, I'm just like ah.
A couple of days ago, a girl said to me, I bought skates because of you.
Having photos taken when you're skating, like whether you're stationary or whether you're rolling around, is so empowering. Like, it just makes you feel like such a badass. Like, I say this to all my friends all the time, you're a fucking badass. Like, look at you with wheels on your feet.
So yeah, I feel like this, honestly, like this whole experience has just like made me more open and has given me a lot of confidence.
That takes guts to do that, and then to have that like celebrated through photography and through film is just, it's great. Yeah, it's just giving me like life. It's brilliant.
Thank you. Please welcome Ophelia and Aoife to the stage.
Hey, I'm Ophelia. This is Ashley. Yeah, so I produced Roll With It and acted directed. Actually, yeah, if anyone wants to shoot questions over. Go on, Ollie.
What were the biggest problems you faced shooting this?
COVID, obviously, that's the main one. But once we kind of got there, honestly, I think the rain. Because it was in that period of time where it was literally like sunny for 3 hours, and then it would be torrential downpour, and obviously we had a week, and then it was all outside. So we were kind of like, I had my rain app, and I was going like, you've got 10 minutes, go, go, go. So we kind of like worked around it, but I think that was actually.
Yeah, we filmed a bunch of people at the skate parks, but then when it came to the interviews, some of them just didn't show up.
Yeah,
so we had a bit of a situation with interviews, but we managed. It was fine. It's done now.
Yeah.
So we're cool with it. No hard feelings. Yeah.
How did you get involved with the skate community, or are you skaters yourself?
Oh no. I can't skate. I don't know how to. I never will, and I don't try to learn. But I have a mutual friend who, Dave actually, they kind of got me in contact with this kind of crew. But to be fair, they didn't actually know each other, the three skaters that we had, very well. But when we did our Instagram and like social media, a lot of people reached out to us because nobody really makes films about skate, like roller skaters. Everyone makes films about skateboarders, you know. So they were like, oh, we want to be part of it. And we're like, okay, come on, it'll be fun.
There's a lot of hanging out at skate parks. Went on there. We literally just would go and just sit there and just. We did get on the skates.
Yeah.
There was footage of me in the film on skates, and I was like, cut it out.
Yeah. So. And some of the crew, Cara, who did production design, she actually learned how to skate. So.
I thought it was brilliantly like stylized with all the colour and the changing up, like with the camcorder shots and the collage and the.
think we've, Cara, with introductions, we were quite close and we knew from the beginning that we wanted to go with like a 70s, like 80s kind of style, and then Ophelia had a counterpart and we were like, that's great, we're just gonna put them all together, use primary colors and kind of work with it. It just kind of, I think we're all kind of artistic people, so it just came together really well.
And I think in a lot of like the old clips you see of roller skating is those kind of like 80s roller disco kind of like, we looked at a lot of like footage from the 80s in London, and it was kind of all of the old skate rinks are in those kind of crazy colours with like weird shapes and people dressed in, so we kind of wanted to play with that a little bit.
And Pinterest.
Pinterest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, what's the next project going to be for director Happy and producer Ophelia?
Don't know. I know you. Well, I really want to focus on documentaries. I'm more into documentaries. So I do want to work on the climate change kind of side of documentaries just because I'm from the Maldives and it's sinking. So we're going to make a documentary about that hopefully. But yeah.
And I'm doing a documentary about ballerinas now. Yeah, which you're working on as well. Yeah.
Next we have Dream of Me, and thank you.
Where are you going?
That way.
Towards the sea?
Yeah. Let's see.
You're not going around here, are you?
I'm just exploring, to be honest with you. But yeah, the sea sounds nice.
Do you know the way?
No.
I'm Misha.
Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Dante.
How long have you been walking for?
I don't know. Best part of the day.
Where do you come from?
Shitty little town back inland. It's called Ellyside. You won't have heard of it.
I know it well.
Really?
Yeah. I used to work there for years. My mum was sick, so I had to stay and look after her, and I guess the stable job just made it easier to stay, but that place made me feel like I was trapped in a maze some people had gotten lost in. What's the notebook for? Is it some kind of diary?
Oh, sort of. I write memories in it.
Like memories from when you were younger?
Sort of. Not really. I mean, memories that I don't want to forget. See, our long-term memory has a potentially infinite capacity, but we need cues to be able to retrieve them. And that's what this is.
You've got a lot of stuff worth remembering then.
We don't choose what we remember. Most people think that our brain prioritizes unusual or spectacular events, but we actually encode our memories semantically with our feelings. I guess this is me just trying to take more control over my mind.
I need me one of those, but there are definitely some things that I would want to forget.
You and me both.
Still quite a way, maybe another day's walk?
Did you find this place before you left us?
Oh, no, it was left here abandoned when I first found it. I had nowhere better to live at the time, so I made it a project and gradually rebuilt it.
It's beautiful.
You think it's beautiful on the outside, you should see the inside.
Oh no, it's okay. You've done more than enough already.
It's fine, but I do make an amazing bolognese that will definitely be worth another page in that book.
It's a very unusual request. It's easier to get hold of than the normal stuff myself. Prescription sleeping pills. I should use these for hyperactive mammals down south. They're strong shit.
Those things will kill you, you know.
Unnecessary sacrifice. Anyway, I've got to run with Dean Drew with me. I'll be at the station. Oh yeah, you're free on Friday?
Yeah, I think I should be. Why?
Not sure yet. I'll let you know. Remember, a strong ship. One a night, yeah?
Yeah. Alright, I'll catch you in a bit, bro.
Now that is what I call perfect view.
I didn't think you were coming, mate.
Yeah, sorry, I had better things to do.
Better things, eh?
Have you watched that girl yet?
Yeah, just waiting, you know. Like, we talk a bit, but I'm just waiting for the perfect moment.
The wait for the perfect moment. Right? You want a beautiful sunset.
Yeah.
Drinking wine from a picnic camper. When you picture that, is that something you reckon you'll remember forever? When you think of the perfect view or the perfect song for the first time that you heard it, for the first time that you saw it, I bet you didn't know that it would be ingrained into your mind. We can't choose what we remember. The fact that we even acknowledge that moment means that it's past. Just ask the fucking girl. I probably should have just said that.
Yeah, you should have. Do you ever take those pills yourself?
We work at a pharmaceutical research company. Of course I take them.
And do they ever give you these, like, mental dreams?
Bro, I have mental dreams all the time.
I mean, dreams that they pick up right from where you left off.
You know you're dreaming now, right?
Yeah.
How many of those pills did you take?
How far are we away from the beach?
You really want to go to the beach?
You said one. You said to take only one.
How many did you take?
One.
Don't lie to me.
Okay, I took two, but that's
not much more than one. You should have listened to me. You're never going to leave this now. You're never going to see Misha again. You're going to be stuck here forever.
It's alright, thanks. I got a photographic memory. Oh, no. Are you coming to that thing on Friday?
Oh, no, I haven't been invited.
I'm sure some people like you.
You live over by Phoenix Wharf, right? Not to sound creepy, but well, it probably does sound creepy without context, but I've seen you there. I live near there too.
Fun fact, it's actually built on a floodplain.
I didn't realise my flat is right on the riverbank. Have fun.
Thank you. Thanks.
see once in my life. I didn't go on holiday much when I was little. I just stayed in Ellis all the time. Didn't care much for foreign places anyway. I went to Australia though. Saw my dad when I was a kid. It was too fucking hot. Now that I do remember. So this is it. Well then. Where are you going to go from here?
I think I'm going to carry on exploring. Find new places, meet new people. What about you?
This is it for me. There's a reason I call this beach World's End. I like to think that there's something more out there. Over the horizon. Another chapter.
Where are you going?
Take it. Explored everything I could. Met everyone I could. I can truly say that from the first moment I haven't missed out on anything. I've done everything I could. Everything I could with the situations I was put in. This is where I leave you, my friend.
What if you drown?
They will just be waking up back there. You won't forget me, Dante. It's what your little book's for. I've certainly got some memories I'll never forget. Something feels wrong about putting them into words. You've got all the time in the world here now, Dante.
I'll see you again.
No, you won't.
Okay, everyone quiet please. Thank you. Now, don't be alarmed by the presence of D.I. Jules. As you've all been informed, Nathan Ackerman was found dead last weekend. However, D.I. insists that it's absolutely necessary he asks you a few questions. D.I. Jules.
Thank you. As previously stated, Nathan was found late last night overdosed in his apartment. The drugs were Fermex branded. I can assure you they come by both officially. A list of people I would like to speak with are Leon Hudson, Michelle Parks, Becky Brooks, Misha Groves, Sarah Rose, and Dante Foxley. Please find anyone whose name I called who was not Englishman and attend the order he was called. Thank you.
Okay guys, other than that, that's great, back to work.
Sure. Where have you been? I haven't seen you since Friday or this morning.
Look, I'm assuming you heard about Nathan. I'm sorry, I know you guys were close.
They said it was company medication and a new one's still in development. It was meant to help him. I had no idea it would lead to this. And there are detectives wanting to speak to me. You as well.
Look, I need to get out of here.
Do you know anything?
I know we won't be forgotten.
And what about the detectives? They're sniffing around, and the company's going to want to blame someone to get them away.
I don't care about that. I need to get out of here. I know a place.
They're not letting anyone leave.
I know a way.
Look at that. I never knew this place was here.
Nah, I used to come here all the time. Used to be my secret way into Elside.
What?
Those glasses. I've never seen you wear glasses before.
Yeah, I look too much like what I do at work.
No, they suit you.
Do you mind if I go for a walk around the lake and take some pictures and just clear my head?
Of course not.
Look, I'm not great at this, but Nathan was a great friend of us both, and I'm so sorry that this has happened. But, you know, if there's anything you want to talk about, then I'm here.
Thank you.
Please welcome Adam and Kyle to the stage. And
Hello. Yeah, I'm Adam Cady. I'm the writer and director, and this is Carl, who did all the cinematography for the film, which is why it looks so good. So good job. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say other than any questions. Yes, go on, Mikhail.
What was the inspiration behind the film?
I think there's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of films about illegal drugs and the effect that they have, but not so much out there about legal drugs and, you know, how they're manufactured and the effect that they have. And the Dreamway was like the best way I could think to try and visually show that. And yeah, so at the end of the film, after he wakes up for the final time, the world is a bit different for him. And it's like a blend between the both of them. And that's the best way I could think to show it.
How come you made the decision to put Dante in a leg brace?
So the leg brace was essentially just a way of showing how he's held down by the world. So, and like what I said to the sound designer, I almost wanted it to sound like shackles, like a ball and chain when he's walking, like holding him down. And then when he's asleep in the dream world, he's free from that weight. And it was also a nice visual way to show when he's in the dream and when he's in reality. But yeah, I didn't want to focus too heavily on the disability side of it, but yeah, I think it adds a bit more backstory to him, and yeah, it's just a way of showing how he's held down by the world. Yeah.
Where did you guys shoot in Elephant and Castle? We saw some angles that are...
Yes, we shot in a lot of different places. I think we shot in Croydon, Thamesmead. Elephant and Castle was actually in our university that we turned into the Femex offices for the interior. But yeah, there were a lot of different places we shot. I think definitely a point, this was a very ambitious project. Too ambitious. A lot of people were telling me there were definitely points where I think Argavar wanted to bludgeon my head in, and nearly did in some places, but I think the finished result is worth it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, yeah, so I like the world building in Joker, and I wanted to create the world of Elliside, which is the town that he lives in. That was mainly where we shot in Croydon, Thamesmead and Wapping, mainly because they're the biggest dumps that I know, apart from excluding Wapping. But I wanted it to feel very industrial, very cold, very unwelcoming, in contrast to the dream world, which is, you know, inviting and warm. And then I think the point of the film is about finding beauty in the imperfections of reality, because when things are perfect, it's not real. So it's almost fake, like a performance. So yeah, it's about finding the beauty in places like that and in situations like that. Yeah. Any questions for Carl, like cinematography-wise? There must be one. Yeah.
Were there any specific films that you kept the look of in mind that inspired you?
Well, I don't think. Definitely like the Joker. That's the color. From color-wise, I think it's just there's no specific film, but it's just like I did some research about sometimes it's too perfect in the dream world. For example, I intentionally make it more blurry and quite dreamy-like, and that's how like in the dream it will look much prettier than the real world. In the real world, it's way more darker and quite grey. So yeah, but that's how I intentionally to make that, and also during the color grade, I'm also trying to make sure that I can be able to let the audience separate these two. So yeah, that's it.
This is a question for Argavan, I think. You guys had so many locations. Did you have to get permits for all of them?
Yes.
How did you do that?
Thank you. Well, I mean, we have around a month of pre-production, and way before that I knew most of the locations, so I just had to go through a lot of council emails back and forth and private properties. Most of them, because they are council owned, you have to like give a lot of time for that, and filling the forms, lots of risk assessments and like that, yeah.
Just like adding to that, there was also so many locations fell through because of how many there were. So A lot of them were backups on backups that we had. We must have looked at hundreds of different. The opening of the film was meant to be completely different from what you see in the script. It was very different, but that's what we could put together, and I think it works. We did a really good job in finding all the places. Well, I found the places, and then you got the permission for almost all of them. Yeah.
You mentioned that it was different to the script. Was there any other ways that the film turned out differently to the script that you couldn't predict or you didn't imagine?
The opening of the film was actually meant to be set in a car on a road. So Dante would be walking down a long road, and then Misha would arrive in a car and then come and pick him up, and they would drive in a vintage classic car. We got very, very close to doing that, but in the end we just couldn't find anywhere. We couldn't find any road that would let us put a lorry with a car on the back of it in, so we just changed it to them walking. But I think it gets across the same job. It does the same job and saved a lot of money as well. Yeah.
I think in the end I have to thank these two are the main actors in the film, and they did absolutely stunning job. Due to the production, so they suffer a lot during production. So I just want to thank them as a team. So yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Next film we have Spy Guy by Charlie Walters.
Hello? Precisely 4:37 p.m. every day, this office reaches its peak in activity, and it is at this very time that the suspicious individuals I find myself working with reveal their true selves. Philip Spears, obsessive etiquette. Rachel Horner, 29, erotic gossiper. Jessica Dale, 31, part-time hacker. Harry Mills, also 31, in love with Rachel. Stephen Court.
James Cook?
Yes. Mail those on to me.
Evening, James. How's the job? Are you working on anything interesting?
Interesting. You could say that.
James Burke. Agent Lipton. I'm going to need you to come with me. We are particularly interested in your recent engagements and we'd like to ask you some questions.
Yes! Yes, of course. Yeah. So long, Philip. Good luck with your crippling debt. And Rachel, you should give Harry the time of day. So long, everyone. Goodbye. Fucking loony.
James Burke, please take a seat. My name is Philip Shears. I'm a senior procurement officer here.
Philip. How humorous.
I expect you know that you've been called here for a reason.
Oh yes, of course.
Now, I know that you've been very active in sending us applications over the last 6 years.
Oh yes, sir. Now I think I have what it takes.
I also understand that you've been planting false dead drops in St James's Park.
Well,
It was not until we looked into the contents of those various drops did we realise that we were dealing with the work of an obsessive fanatic rather than a genuine threat. Photographing your rejection letters and sticking them under a bench not only wastes our time, Mr Burke, but your own time as well, and is by no means appropriate behaviour for an accountant.
Well,
James, I want you to understand that whether intentionally or not, you are involving yourself in a world you cannot possibly comprehend. And if you were to dig any further, you might find yourself in unimaginable circumstances. Do I make myself clear? Good man. Whilst I have you here, I might as well inform you that making further applications would be counterproductive.
What?
Agent Lipton will see you out. Good day.
this all mean? And how do the pieces align? And why has this overly suspicious man, just entirely in black, been following me for the past 37 minutes? This has to be a test. And that's all it's lost.
You have it, yes?
What?
You will give it to me now.
Wait. I think that's been a
No, I
misunderstanding.
don't have time for games. Now is the time we can Bartowski's package. Don't make me repeat myself, little boy. You'll be seen entering and leaving your intelligence headquarters, leaving behind a drive of water drops to put us of our own. And worst of all, you've intercepted a package of extreme importance. And you're telling me you're not an officer of intelligence. If you want to keep the tongue in your mouth and the skin on your bones, I recommend you do as I tell. The package. You are wise to not look into its contents. I find it very hard to believe that you stumbled to this asset by chance. But even so, you are only a foolish boy. You are not a threat to me or my country. You are only a threat to yourself.
Oh, good evening, James. Are you all right? Looking a little bit worse for wear today.
Danny, I'm sorry I'm always so cold to you.
Is that? Oh, this. Yes, well, an old man's got to keep himself occupied somehow. Although, if I was you, I'd keep it under the radar. When I was your age, I tended to get it involved in some sticky situations. Why don't you come in and have some tea? We can discuss it a little bit more.
Yeah, I like that.
Good.
All these sheets on the floor. Are you redecorating?
Yes, something like that.
Unfortunately, we have to move to Deathmates immediately, and we will hold the Q&A for Spy Guy later on upstairs. Just a round of applause for Spy Guy. Thank you. Now we're watching Deathmates.
I did, but I just wish you were there with me, you know. I hate going to parties without you. But it'll be fun, it'll be good, I think.
top, I'm obsessed. I got this in that shop in Shoreditch that we love. Two have boots, embarrassing. You always used to deal with that. Very cute, very summer vibes. I'm thinking you and me. I'm thinking on the beach. I'm thinking pina coladas. Do you feel? Oh, my delivery! Can I just say I love your outfit. Very Edward Scissorhands. Which is your favorite Twilight film? New Moon. Road Choice. Any pets? Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I had a hamster once. Body count? Wow, impressive. Well, buddy, I think you've passed the test. So, what do you want to do? Oh, you got it. So, what now? Wow, the resemblance is uncanny. Messed up my sister. No, it's seriously gross.
15 all. You're out.
sweet.
Welcome to our vlog. Don't you look nice? I think you look a bit nicer than me. Oh, don't say that. That's all right. That's all.
Her name was Rosie. She was super cool. You would have liked her. Maybe I'll see you again one day. By the way, this whole gothic thing, it's totally a vibe.
Wow, the resemblance is uncanny. This girl takes so long to get ready. Rosie!
Thank you, everyone. I just want to mention that the film Deathmate was made by UAL first years. It's just amazing. I have to ask everyone to please move upstairs for Spy Guy and Deathmate's Q&A, and then we're going to get this party started. And then please don't forget to vote. If you don't have the flyers for the Q&R code, there are stickers of the Q&R code everywhere around. See you upstairs, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Radio contact is suspended but cannot be assessed. Construction must prepare for an attack by an unknown enemy.
Stacking money to kill time, dead clocks. You fucking with a nigga who don't give a fuck. You get a clip, you roll the window up. Pussy nigga sweet, you never send a burn. I'm in the red, bitch, she said she finna come. 200,000 on the chain, I don't need a place. That banana clip, let your kids speak. Dog shades, easy E. 5 letters, YMCMB, bitch ass nigga, pussy ass nigga. I see you looking with your looking ass nigga. You know the rules, kill them all and keep moving. If I die today, it'd be a holiday.
I'm not a star. Somebody lied, I got a chopper in the car, so don't make it come alive. Rip your ass apart, then I put myself together. YMCMB, double L, I'm rich forever. The bigger the bullet, the more that bitch gon' bang. Red on the wall, Basquiat. Red Lamborghini till I gave it to my bitch. My first motivation, Poppy gave it all that bricks. Son of a bitch, then I made a great escape. Ain't it funny, mama always tell me that you can't. In the sleigh, hop out like I'm Santa Claus. Niggas gather around, got gifts for each and all of y'all. Take it home and let it bubble, that's the double up. If you get in trouble, that just mean you fucking up. It's a cold world, I need a bird to cut the world. I call the place, motherfucker, with the world.
Next up, somebody lied. I got a chopper in the car.